Imagine your Outlook calendar as a personal assistant, keeping track of all your meetings, reminders, and events in one place. Whether it's a team meeting, a client call, or a personal reminder, Outlook's calendar is here to help you stay organized and on time. So let's take a look at this calendar feature. So in Outlook, in the menu on the left, is Calendar. When I click on it, it opens up my calendar. I can see, based on my settings at the top, I have it set for the month. So I can see the month in review. And I see my day listed over here. But I can change how that looks if I want it to be a week view. And I can see my events during the week. I can have it be a split view if I have shared calendars with me. Clicking on that turns that off. I can see the work week where it takes off Saturday and Sunday and it's just the 5 days of the work week, or just the day. And now it gives me a daily planner. So I kind of like the week view myself, so I can see what's going on. I have a calendar over here of the month, and I can scroll up and down to the next month's and previous month using the arrows. I also have a drop down where I can get rid of that. Again, when I mention calendars, I can add more calendars. So if this is my general calendar, but I have other sub calendars I need, I can add those on here as well by clicking Add Calendar. And now I get to set up calendars, adding personal calendars, multiple ones of them. And if somebody creates a calendar, they can share it with me and it can show up on my calendar as well. And I can see the calendars that I have. Calendar is my calendar, but then also I have a shared calendar that's right there. And by clicking on it and having it highlighted, anything that's added on the shared calendar would be in green over here, and my calendar would be in a magenta. Now I can add elements to my calendar. Up here is new event. So I have a drop down where it's what kind of event, a bookable time, an event, or even a mail. I'm just going to click on the main new event and it opens up my calendar information. So inside here, I add a test, a title to it. I can make it a Teams meeting just by clicking the slider. Or without that, it's just a placeholder in here for a meeting. I can add attendees. I click on there and I can add people inside the organization. And I can put an email address in there as well as adding optional attendees to where they're not required. I set my date that I want it and the time that I want it to start. And it goes in half-hour increments, but I can change that. Or I can even type it if I need to change it to a specific time. Time zones are available if somebody's in a different time zone. I can make it a recurring event if this is something that happens every Monday at this time, or I can make it an all-day event and it takes all that information away and it says how many days is it, like a vacation. I can say how many days my vacation is if I want it to be an all-day event. I can even use find a time. If I have this over multiple people and I click find a time, it's going to look at the calendars to find out what works best, what suggestions are available that works for both people or all people's calendars. And you can find out what is clear. It gives you the green is available for 2 people, so you can schedule it when it's available for most people. If it's an in-person event, click on that and I can say what room I want it to be in. I can even add notes and files into this so that if I'm sending it to somebody, they'll be able to come to the meeting prepared with the information that we have. So by adding files or just typing in the note with formatting and everything, I can have it show how I want it to show up on the calendar. Maybe it's just a notice of it. I can have it be free. It's default for busy, which means it's going to put a busy on both of our calendars. But if I say free, it's going to keep our calendars free and just say it's a note. Working elsewhere, tentative, or out of office. This lets me know when I should get an alert 15 minutes before. Don't remind me 30 minutes before so I can be prepared and don't miss the meeting. I can categorize this with color codes or even add new categories. I can make it a private meeting. I can even schedule a poll where it sends it out to everybody and find out what time works for everybody. As you know, there's the three dots. By clicking on that, you have more options. So you have templates, insights, and I can send this to OneNote. Now, scheduling assistant, that's pretty much what we were doing by using the find a time. But if I click on scheduling assistant at the top, it's going to look at our schedules and show us graphically what's available on our schedules with everybody that's in the meeting. So we can find out, including rooms that are available as well, because rooms can be checked out. This way we can make sure we have a room available if we need it to be in person. We have times and we have days, and we can scroll across. Now, we just click on event, it takes us back, and we also have the options here as well. So I'm going to click on event and take us back over here. As soon as we get it all ready the way we want, I can send it, but I have a drop down. So I can save it as a draft if I'm not ready to send it, or I can send it. So I just hit the send button, and now it is sent. And you see that there's a notice on my calendar now of that event. And if I click on it, it gives me information about the event. I'm the organizer, so I created this. Here's the date and time. I can cancel it. The other person didn't respond whether they're going to attend yet or not, so I get that notification. And if I need to edit it, I click on edit, and it opens up the assistant again. And I can go in here and edit any events if I need to change the time. If I don't, I can just X out of it, and my event is on my calendar. Now, one other element that I use a lot is printing my calendar. If I print my calendar, I get an option to print that. And I can say how I want it to be. I can tell it what calendar I want. I can say the view, the week view, the work week view. Maybe I want it to be the month view. So I see what events are going on for the entire month. I tend to like the week view because it keeps my week in progress with my time and my days and lets me add other things in there as I go. Standard layout, horizontal agenda, vertical agenda. I like the standard. And the time range, this would be your work area, 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock. And show the mini month. Boom, it puts it up here. And the detailed agenda. Now it has the agenda of what's going on each of those. Monday, you have this. So instead of it being a calendar look, it's putting it as an agenda look. So you can get your day agenda. And this is what's going on for the day. And then you can print that. And that is an overview of using calendars within Outlook.